At a remote location, Lisa is hitchhiking. She is lying on the road when a driver approaches her and offers her a ride. At first she hesitates, but then she agrees. Inside the car, the driver introduces himself as Adam. He says he is a night watchman and, according to him, it is the most boring job in the world. He asks Lisa several questions and she learns that he had a daughter who would have turned 9 today. While they are talking, Lisa hears a description of a killer on the radio, and Adam looks exactly like that description, short hair and a cross tattoo on his right hand. Just as she is about to question him about it, the car suddenly stops and everything goes black. When Lisa regains consciousness, she finds herself inside a ventilation channel. She does not understand how she got there. She is wearing a fitted bodysuit and has a strange watch on her wrist. Using the watch, she tries to scratch the vents and escape. She screams and cries, but soon realizes it is useless. After some time, there is complete silence. Then she hears rumbling and scratching sounds from outside. As she goes to check, a small passage opens up. The moment she enters, the door closes behind her. Hoping to find a way out, she crawls forward. In the distance, she sees a vent closing, trapping her inside. Nearby, there is a tiny entry, so small that her body barely fits. She forces herself inside with difficulty. Ahead, there is a lighted area where the floor slowly begins to close, pressing her into a tight space again. Somehow she manages to climb and escape. After resting for a while, her watch alarm rings. A countdown starts again. She realizes she must reach a safe room, otherwise she will die in the vent when it reaches 0. Moving forward, she finds a burned body wearing the same watch. She feels strange for a moment, but because time is short, she pushes it aside and continues. She has only 2 minutes left. Suddenly, a gate blocks her, and lasers begin firing from above. At that moment, a safe space opens, and Lisa quickly enters it. As the countdown reaches 0, a glass door shuts and she is saved from the laser burns. After the fire ends, the safe space pushes her into another small hole where the floor starts closing again. This time she stops and accepts her fate. Suddenly, the floor stops, and the countdown starts once more. She breaks down because she can no longer endure it. Gathering herself, she lies down and crawls forward until she reaches a pool of water. She drinks from it with her hands and then dives in, hoping to find the next safe area. But the space begins filling with water again. A drowned body appears in front of her. Nearly drowning, she somehow manages to escape. Another trap awaits ahead. She takes a deep breath and keeps crawling until she loses consciousness. Meanwhile, inside the ventilation labyrinth, a crying voice wakes her. Hoping to find another human, she follows the sound. It leads her to a pit of green acid. She holds onto the walls to balance herself so she does not fall into the acid, but her knee touches the acid and she is badly injured. She cries in pain and again hears the same sobbing voice. Finally, Lisa finds a man who appears completely insane. He is terrified and seems claustrophobic. As the timer is about to expire, the gates between them open. They realize they are once again in the burning trap with a small safe spot. Pushing each other, they run toward the safe place. Lisa enters first and blocks the way so the man cannot get in. He grabs her leg, but the revolving glass door spins and cuts off his wrist. He is wearing the same strange watch, and when the timer reaches 0, he burns alive. At that moment, Lisa realizes the man was Adam, the same person who gave her the ride, because he had the same cross tattoo on his hand. After some time, a strange skull descends from the ceiling of the safe spot. It heals Lisa's wound and shows her a vision in which Adam was trying to stab her inside the vehicle, but some unknown being captured them both and put them into this deadly test. The skull retreats back into the ceiling, and the safe space pushes Lisa out again. Lisa looks at Adam's severed hand and notices 3 symbols on the back of the watch: a diamond, a cross, and then another diamond. She begins wondering what they could mean. Just then, a massive blade fan trap moves toward her. She runs, and the spinning blades slice Adam's severed hand into even smaller pieces. Moving ahead, Lisa runs into a grotesque monster. It chases her, but as soon as she enters a narrow corridor, it retreats. She keeps crawling through the suffocating vents when she hears a humming sound that resembles her daughter's voice. Eventually, she reaches a large chamber where she can finally stand. She enters a projection room and sees flashbacks of her life, including the death of her daughter, who jumped out of a window while trying to grab her toy. Suddenly, the same grotesque monster crawls across the ceiling of the projection room. The room slowly begins to squeeze shut again, forcing Lisa into a small entry where the beast is waiting. Running again, she reaches a vent filled with barbed wire. Ahead, she sees a skylight. She forces herself through the barbed wire, suffering severe injuries. But time is running out. The monster enters a safe spot, and just when Lisa thinks it is all over, the floor collapses and she falls, injured, back to the beginning of the labyrinth. Poor Lisa finally gives up on life. With her own blood, she writes the symbols on the wall so that if someone else is abducted and brought here, they might survive. At that moment, the skull appears again. It heals her wounds and persuades her to try once more, otherwise it will euthanize her. Lisa decides to be euthanized, but just as the skull is about to inject her, she suddenly stops it. She realizes that the symbols are actually clues for left or right directions, indicating which path to choose. She allows the skull to heal her wounds and moves moves forward again. When she reaches the acid tank, she melts the watch locking mechanism using the acid. New strange symbols appear on her wrist, 2 crosses and 1 diamond direction. Using these symbols as a guide, she safely passes the first 3 paths. Suddenly, the crawling monster appears again and rushes toward her on the 4th path. As she clears the 4th passage, they begin rotating inside an upside-down vent. Lisa struggles to move forward. She throws her beeping watch into another vent so the monster will follow it. The monster moves in that direction. Then she realizes she accidentally threw the timer in the correct direction. Once the monster leaves, she goes back that way. Near the 5th passage, she sees an entryway that looks exactly like a womb. She enters the bloody and sticky opening and approaches the wall to inspect it. As soon as she touches it, the silhouette of a massive 3-fingered hand aligns with her palm. It feels as if giant creatures exist outside the room. A strange happiness appears on Lisa's face, as if she suddenly feels some connection with them. Following the silhouette of the unknown creature, she enters the next room. There, she finds a countdown watch fallen from the ceiling, and in the other corner of the room, the same monster is present. The timer starts again, and the monster chases her. Lisa enters a safe space, but this time, no fire comes out of the vent, so the monster does not burn to death. When the glass door opens and the safe space pushes her out, Lisa keeps her feet pressed against the monster's head. The monster pushes back, and she uses all her strength to apply pressure on its skull. Finally, she crushes its head. After that, she crawls forward and reaches the final passage, where she must turn right. Just as she is about to enter the right vent, she sees a vision of her daughter Nina in the left vent. Nina speaks to her in a way that makes her feel guilty and tries to lead her down the wrong labyrinth path. But Lisa stops. She realizes that Nina is only an illusion. She softly apologizes and continues on the right track. Nina still follows her and hugs her. She comforts her and says that everyone is proud of her, as if unseen beings are watching. She is happy that Lisa did not fall into the final trap. Then Nina disappears in her arms. Lisa enters the final passage. Once again, she sees a skylight at the end, but along the way, 3 blades are continuously slicing downward. She counts the timing and moves forward with careful preparation. She manages to pass the first 2 blades, but the 3rd blade cuts off her toes. At last, she sees light ahead. She believes it is daylight. A smile of relief appears on her face, as if her nightmare is finally about to end. But the truth turns out to be even more cruel. The sky she was seeing was only a projection screen. Because of her injuries, she cannot move forward. There is no path left for her. She breaks down in tears, thinking her ordeal will never end. Then she gathers herself again, because a laser is about to fire above her. Suddenly, the ceiling opens and a bright light pours in. Lisa is lifted upward. Now Lisa appears completely unharmed. She wakes up on a rocky riverbank, with a waterfall flowing nearby. As she watches the waterfall, Nina appears beside her. Lisa asks, "Am I dead?" Nina replies that her body died many times, but there is nothing to fear. Now she is safe. It is revealed that the maze was a test, meant to determine whether she was deserving or not. In the end, Lisa passes the test. Aliens take her to a new planet, where she will spend the rest of her life. Both times, the aliens imitated Nina's form in order to communicate with her. In the womb-like room, silhouettes of the aliens can be seen, as if they are gathered around her. When they appear in the form of her daughter, it becomes clear that they are guiding her so she can survive on the new planet. When the strange skull appeared earlier, it showed Lisa that Adam was a murderer. Adam had attacked her, and she had died. After that, the aliens abducted her, revived her, and placed her into this test. They put Adam and Lisa against each other so she could defeat him and move forward. The aliens only took her after she had already died on Earth. Perhaps they have taken others as well, to see who can survive and is worthy of repopulating a new world. Lisa's story becomes a cosmic trial of pain, illusion, and survival, where death was not the end, but a doorway to the beginning of another world. If you like this story, please like and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.